Today we play Crawdaunt. Crawdaunt has one of the best abilities in Pokemon TCG Pocket. Whenever you evolve Corphish into Crawdaunt, it lets you discard one energy from the opponent's active Pokemon. The problem is, that's the only thing Crawdaunt is good for. Crawdaunt's ability is harshly balanced by its stats. It needs 3 energy to only deal 70 damage, only has 100 HP and a retreat cost of 2. And being a stage 1, it takes up 4 slots in your deck, and up to 2 slots in your board. At first, you may be tempted to pair it with other water Pokemon that synergize with discarding energy, like Feraligatr, Vaporeon or Fearow, but these Pokemon need a lot of energy to function or are reliant on coin flips. Or you may also be tempted to pair Crawdaunt with strong water EX Pokemon like Primarina or Kingdra. That can work, but oftentimes discarding a single energy here and there is not impactful enough. When it comes to discarding energy reliably and consistently, Beedrill EX is unmatched. With 170 HP and access to Leaf Cape, Lily or Erika, this Pokemon also has the bulk to survive a lot of damage. But more importantly, it can start attacking for only 2 energy. Pairing Beedrill EX and Crawdaunt can be a straight up evil combination, as it allows you to reliably discard 2 energy on demand from any Pokemon anytime. And because Beedrill keeps on discarding their energy every turn, your opponent will gradually feel more and more limited to be able to fight back. In today's deck, we discard all their energy. By combining the discard effects of both Beedrill and Crawdaunt, we can potentially shut down the opponent's main attackers. However, Oricorio is a very tough counter even if you manage to discard its energy and force it to retreat. But you should be able to slot in a non-EX Beedrill if you really want to. Also, you may be wondering why I don't use Team Rocket Grunt here. I actually had 2 of them at first, and while it can work well to discard 3 or more energy in a single turn, its coin flip is unreliable, and so I eventually replaced them with Kakuna and X-Speed to try to make it more consistent to attack with Beedrill as fast as possible every match. Unfortunately, pairing a stage 2 with a stage 1 is still inevitably inconsistent, so this deck can break hard if you don't get your Beedrill early enough. Although, I should probably say fortunately, otherwise we would have to endure against decks like this a lot more often. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like and consider subscribing for more fun off-meta decks. I also take deck requests. Is there any card you want to see played in Master Ball rank? Let me know in the comments and I'll build a deck around it. With that said, check this deck out in action and enjoy the games. Okay, so Solgaleo with Majarna here in the active. They go first, which allows me to multiply. Pretty scary, but Crawdaunt with Beedrill discarding both energies from Solgaleo can be devastating. The issue is handling 2 Solgaleos. To handle 2 Solgaleos, I will almost definitely need... Oh, I should not have Pokeballed here. Should not have Pokeballed because I was on a 50-50 to get these. Yeah, I guess I now need to play this. I was on a 50-50 to get second Weedle with this multiply, and I... Sorry, kind of the other way around. 50-50 to get the Weedle with the Pokeball. And I had a guaranteed way to get it with the multiply, and then I would save the Pokeball for the second Corphish, so that was a misplay. I usually kind of just play the Pokeball as soon as I get it. So that was kind of muscle memory kicking in. And they already have the Solgaleo. Do you want to come to the active here? That would be kind of neat. And kind of a massive misplay. Oh. I've never seen Rescue Scarf on Solgaleo. That is funny. I do have the Crawdaunt, so... I am going to be able to discard both of those energies. And yeah, unfortunately, I am gonna take 120 to the face. So there could have almost been an argument to sacrifice a Weedle or something, but obviously I don't want to lose a Weedle and just put all the pressure on a single Beedrill, especially when I already have a rare candy. Although I might need to Iono later on. Let's see, because I'm gonna take away all of this energy. That means this Solgaleo can no longer retreat or attack. This deck is kind of straight up evil. I'm gonna do this. Discard one energy here. And discard the other energy there. So now Solgaleo, Golden Solgaleo is trapped here. And they don't have a space on the board to build up a second Solgaleo. Although they will get it in hand. And it's gonna be rough. This doesn't really buy them any more time because I still needed to attack it twice. Leaf Cape is appreciated though. Right? There could be an argument to save it at least for one more turn. Or until they... Because they could run Guzma. But maybe with Rescue Scarfs and such, I don't know. They kind of have an unconventional deck here. Not necessarily. Sylveon, Magearna, Solgaleo is pretty conventional. The only thing unconventional is the Rescue Scarf, which is super interesting. I wonder why they even have it. Like, in theory, I suppose Rescue Scarf could allow you to play 3 Solgaleos in a match. But they didn't even make space on the board for their second one. Okay. Second Crawdaunt would be amazing, actually. I will try to get it here. I'm just gonna put the energy there. So one Solgaleo down. Magearna only deals 40 and they can't even bring it to the active spot really. So they kind of need to bring in... Wait. I guess they plan on just retreating this until they figure out what they're gonna do next. But I guess why not the Sylveon then? Anyway. Now they're gonna play the second Cosmog. And they pretty much definitely have it ready to evolve, which means I need my second Corphish. My second Crawdaunt. Or my second Beedrill. Do I go for Iono here? I do still have another research. I think I will. There's a tiny chance that the rare candy goes to the bottom 2 of their deck. Oh. It's actually kind of amazing. I'm gonna retreat it as well. And put one energy there. And because this discards the energy from this Sylveon, they can't really attack here. Right? And as soon as I get that Crawdaunt, it's game over. Doesn't really matter too much. I'm just gonna go for the second Beedrill. Oh yeah, never mind. I was thinking they don't need to retreat, of course. That was silly of me to even comment. But I'm still relatively comfortable here. Just gonna go for the healthy Beedrill. And keep on crushing spearing here. So now it's when they need the lilies. They already used one. I think they would have a second one, because otherwise they will go down to 80 with this attack. That Cyrus means no lilies, so that's game. Unless I had a giant cape instead of that rescue scarf for leftovers. And that's it. Still had that second Crawdaunt, but ended up not needing it. There's a Crawdaunt. GG! Okay, Giratina Greninja. I should be safe enough for my first turn. I multiply, get the second Weedle out of there. Then I'm dependent on a rare candy, or a research, or a Corphish. There's still some hope. Rare candy is pretty amazing, but I'm very, very vulnerable to red card right now. Right, rare candy into Beedrill. I also evolved the Weedle in the back. And with the Corphish, I think I might actually be able to shut them down. And I have a decent chance of getting the Corphish between the two Corphishes, the two Pokeballs, and the second research. So this is not looking too bad. Even though they're pretty much already with the board set up. But right now they can't really attack because I'm gonna discard one energy from them right now. I'm not sure if I should put the Leaf Cape already because the one in the back might become a Cyrus target. So I think I actually kind of prefer the Leaf Cape on it. But maybe that's too early. And right now Leaf Cape can be target for Iono. I'm just gonna do this. Hold on to the Leaf Cape until I have a better idea of what they might be able to do. So there comes the Greninja. They might want to kind of Cyrus the Kakuna, try to push it into the active spot and trap me for a turn, but I do have the X speed in case that happens. This Giratina is kind of in trouble. This deck doesn't usually run healing, so it kind of needs to retreat already, which will make it lose 2 more energy. And then what? Oh, so okay, that's not bad, but it's... Oh, thought they were actually gonna put that on Giratina. With Broken Space Bellow, it would have 4 energy, and then next turn it would be able to attack if I only discarded 1. So you know what? I'm gonna go for Iono, because I want the Corphishes as soon as possible, maybe the second Beedrill. There's Corphish. Okay, I actually like this. Unfortunately, this Beedrill does survive, this Giratina rather. 10 HP. So now it just retreats, and they maybe come in with the Sylveon. But then I discard 2 energy from the Sylveon, and they get 0 energy on their board. Yeah, I did lose my Leaf Cape, but I think that's alright. Let's see, yeah. I was thinking, I'm not sure if they can really do much now. It could even be safe to go for research instead of Lily, but I want to start healing this up. And it's not like I'm absolutely desperate for card draw right now. I'm just gonna take that energy away. Put 1 energy on Crawdaunt in case they Cyrus it, and I need to retreat with it. and just discard the second energy. Now they are completely out of energy, which is a rough spot for them to be in. I wonder if they're still gonna try to go for Giratina, because it's one of the only ways they can kind of get away from my discard, while trying to kind of quickly ramp something in the back. But it's kind of rough. If they sacrifice this Sylveon, I get those 2 points. If they don't, they spend one energy more retreating with it. And it would kind of imply discarding something else. I'm not sure if they're kind of gonna keep Shuriken the Beedrill, try to go all in on taking it down. So in that case, I'm just gonna use the second Lily. Right, maybe I don't need to necessarily, because this is only 90 damage, but they might have a red, in which case it would be more. So I'm just gonna use the Lily. As much as I definitely want a second Crawdaunt to come in quickly. And if they go... There you go. If they went to the Sylveon, I would discard energy from the Sylveon, which would make it hard for them to ramp anything else. So that's it. GG. Okay. Kartana going first should allow me to... Unless they have Giovanni, should allow me to get this Beedrill going and one-shot it. Right? I don't think they typically run anything that could disrupt me here, unless maybe a Sabrina. Yeah, like I could have held on to the Pokeball just so I could multiply first, guarantee the Weedle, and then not risk the Pokeball getting me the Weedle. But because I already have the Crawdaunt, and because I was kind of afraid of red card, I'd rather kind of go with this. So I should be able to survive one big beat and one crash metal. Just gonna one-shot this. And I guess also gonna go for the second Beedrill right now. So that's an extremely kind of lucky start. Evolving one Beedrill is already hard enough most matches, but evolving 2 of them on turn 4 is kind of insane. But yeah. They are now pretty much out of energy. Lusamine doesn't really do anything. Thank God this is not like a Guzzlord with a Grindcore and potentially discarding both of my energies. I know, like a lot of moral ground for a deck based on discarding the other opponent's energies. But Grindcore is based on coin flips, right? I'm not even running Team Rocket Grant. So my toxicity is slightly better than Grindcore's toxicity. But yeah, so they go away. They might have red though. So I don't necessarily love this right now, but I might be okay. If they have red and Sabrina, I do lose, but I'm gonna discard 2 energy from this Buzzwole right now. Oh, it's gonna go for Pheromosa. It's actually kind of awkward. I get it, and they will almost definitely have Cyrus. That's a nice top deck though. I can just do this. I don't have to retreat this Beedrill anymore. I kind of just do this then. If they want to Cyrus the Corphish, I guess so be it. But without Kartana and Pheromosa, like most decks only run 2 basics, 2 non-EX basics on this Ultra Beast grass. Sometimes they run 2 Pheromosas. But this means they are pretty much dependent on the second Celesteela or maybe a second Pheromosa to do back-to-back big bits, and even then, not if I keep on discarding their energy, right? They would strictly need the two Celesteelas. So yeah, let's retreat. I'm gonna put the Leaf Cape there. I didn't need to here. I'm just gonna discard another energy here. And go for this. Because I have the X speed, I can counter Osiris on the Crawdaunt. But yeah, maybe if I didn't have the X speed, I should have probably put the energy on Crawdaunt. And yeah, now they are down to 1 energy. They can't really afford to just punch. And I already have 2 points, so that Celesteela can't really tank anymore. Okay. But that's, I mean... I guess Lusamine, a second Lusamine is what they need. There you go. GG. Okay. This is not ideal. Starting against babies is also, it's always really tough. At least I have Kakuna into Beedrill, but going second, that means I'm gonna be too slow to get it all out. And this Pichu can just take advantage. By the time I go in with Kakuna, there's a chance that they just have the Dragonite ready. And the problem is, I kind of have to retreat. So, I mean, they went first, so if they had the Dragonite with the rare candy, they would have probably evolved, because they would think it would be too risky to keep them in hand, in case I did a red card or a Mars against them. So in this case, like, I am tempted to risk here. It's, yes, not ideal, but at least I also have 50-50 here of not letting this Pichu get away. There you go. Not too bad. And now Beedrill with the Leaf Cape actually gets out of range of Dragonite. And if I get my Crawdaunt, I can then discard the energy from the Dragonite. Oh, so it's a non-EX one. Oh, no. I wasn't expecting Lyra on a Pichu. Oh god. That's kind of unbelievable that I actually survived that. So I can play Beedrill and Iono, try to get the Crawdaunt. Or I can play Beedrill and Lily. I already took 100, so it is at 100 as well. And well, I think Lily is safer. But Crawdaunt is a complete shutdown. How likely it is that I get a Crawdaunt by rolling only 3 cards out of pretty much 11? I don't trust my chances to get a Crawdaunt then. But if I play a second Corphish, then I could risk just losing straight away if... So this does go to 160, which is nice, because they would need exactly 4 hits on Beedrill to take it out. But they will likely have a Lily of their own. If not now, then soon enough. So I think I preferred it this way. Like, yeah, they just need... Oh, actually, if I discard the water, that would be incredible. But anyway, they will just to keep... They will need to keep on feeding this Dragonite. Yeah. So now Cyrus pretty much wins, but Dragonite usually doesn't really run Cyrus or Sabrina. So I can maybe get away here with just doing this. Now maybe they go back to Pichu to try to get the second Dragonite going. They also almost definitely have a Sylveon there. And if this is an EX Dragonite now, I'm in trouble. But maybe they don't have it yet. I guess let's just go with the second Lily. That isn't really safe enough against Dragonite. EX. Well, either of them really. But the non-EX can't attack just yet. And if they have Lyra, they almost definitely have the non-EX. But they will need the second rare candy. Also running a stage 2, I know how tricky that is, but with the second research here, I'm in trouble, definitely. That's rough, man. That Pichu early on really did a lot of work. That's rough. Maybe I really had to Iono into the Crawdaunt there to try to shut down the first Dragonite. But yeah, I tried. That was kind of close. Giratina with lightning energy. I don't know if I know what that is. I don't think I will be able to use multiply, so I'm just gonna kind of play all of this. This is actually pretty promising. So no... Yeah. No supporters. And this looks kind of bad for them. It's gonna get the second Weedle here. And I would rather discard the Psychic Energy, but I'm just gonna go for it right now before they red card me or something. And this will have to do. Because I have the Beedrill next turn anyway, even reducing one energy from them is already big enough. So this might be Giratina Greninja with Oricorio. Right? So that's actually huge. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack. I don't need Crawdaunt here. Okay then.